Okay, well, today I am just a day short of 3 weeks post-op. I had my first meeting with the surgeon today. My first post-op meeting with the surgeon today. She gave me some fun pictures I will put up at the end. So you can look at them. I find they're kind of like looking at an ultrasound when there's a baby coming. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It's kind of just ugh. But she pointed out some stuff, and I'm gonna circle and arrow if I can, you know. Alice's Restaurant, the photographs, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so I got weighed in. Disappointing to find that their scale weighed me in about 3 pounds heavier than my scale did this morning, but it is morning versus evening. I was drinking water all day, trying to get my liquids in. Let's see, 50 ounces of water by then, I think it was. So, yeah, it was 204, 205, I think, on their scale. So, still good. Down 13 pounds. So what I was hoping for to happen, what I was wishing to happen today was that I got approved for stage 2 pureed foods. So I'm able to eat all kinds of baby food consistency stuff, which for most people is probably pretty boring, but for me, I'm pretty thrilled about it. So she cleared me. She gave me advice on how to eat it. I'll go over that in a minute. And she told me to, you know, stick to the exact outline of what she gave me because that's how I have the best outcome. So that's what I'm gonna do. I bought food in preparation for today because I was excited. So the portion size for the first week is 1 to 2 tablespoons, which is very little, but I had my first puree food meal for dinner tonight. I took a packet of tuna fish and a tiny little dollop of mayonnaise, olive oil mayonnaise, and mixed it together and ate about 2 tablespoons of that really slowly. I, you know, took a very small bite. I chewed it till it was ridiculously chewed, and then I waited like 30 to 45 seconds in between each bite to like make sure and see what the stomach thought of it. I had little hints of nausea, but nothing like, I wasn't really nauseous. My stomach was just a little unsettled at first. Then I didn't really ever feel like super full, but I belched, and I know that's a sign that you have had enough. So I stopped eating, waited my half an hour, and had a little bit of tea. I'm having my Smooth Move tea now. That's like every other day for me. Helps keep things moving. So I get to eat things like avocado, cottage cheese, tuna like I mentioned, yogurt, beans, canned flake chicken or tuna. I'm gonna try a scrambled egg in the morning. We'll see how that goes. I may or may not add some cheese to it because I'm allowed to have a little tiny bit of fat-free cheese, which I happen to have a little bit of. So maybe like 4 little slivers of cheese in my egg. You know, just enough to put on top after everything is cooked, and then mash it in with everything once it's kind of melty. So I'm on to the next stage. I'm happy about that. So after my doctor's appointment, I ate my dinner, and then I drove down the road to the support group meeting, where I got to meet a bunch of really nice people and learn a little bit about how to deal with the holidays. I didn't, I guess, really think too much about it. I thought, you know, I'll just not eat much. Well, then my uncle called me and asked if I was bringing the usual third turkey. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm going to bring a turkey this year. I can't eat it, and I don't want to stand over it and smell it cooking. So, hey, sorry about that. So, back to what I was saying, I told him I was going to bring 1 or 2 dishes that I was allowed to have to share with everybody, and hopefully they find that they like it. And if not, then I tried. So that was one of the things, and they gave us a little pamphlet on tips on how to get through the holiday, and that's really helpful. A little flyer about gratitude during the holidays, and making the holiday about more than just eating, making it about spending time with your family, appreciating your family, and making memories. So I'm going to start making memories. And we also got some information, a couple of pages actually, of recipes that go with the holiday. So I'm pretty excited about that. There's the Ungery chocolate peanut butter balls, which I've been seeing a lot about the protein balls and people making them, and a lot on YouTube. And I have kind of a hard time following some of the videos on YouTube. I'd much rather have it a hard copy. Still a book type person, as opposed to, you know, funny as it may seem, the internet. On my phone, having to re-pull it up every 5 seconds, having to check it. It's much easier just to have a piece of paper you can look at. So on here, there is a recipe for protein pumpkin pudding, and I think I'm going to try that one. What else do they have? A high protein jello. So adding jello to protein powder that's unflavored and making a protein jello, and also a no pie pumpkin pie, which that sounds really good. I might do one of those, either the pudding or the pie. Not really sure. So learned a lot. Was really glad I went to the support group meeting, even though it's a drive and it's really smoky outside. I live in California, and there are fires right now, really bad, making the air quality terrible. So to drive down into the valley, because I live kind of in the mountains, but to drive down into the valley and immerse myself in all that smoke, I have a headache, and I'm just getting over a cold. I caught a cold at about a week after surgery. Went and saw my primary care physician just to make sure I wasn't getting pneumonia post-surgery. She said, you know, it's not pneumonia yet, but here's some antibiotics. Here's some of the medications. I sent the list of medications to my surgeon, who replied with, don't take one of those. So I informed my doctor I could not take one of the medications she prescribed, and she immediately altered her prescription to something I could take. She was really good at working with me about liquid medications and tiny little pills, so that I wasn't taking anything that was hard for me to swallow or digest. After 5 days of antibiotics, I was feeling pretty good until I went out into the smoky air today and caught some of that in my chest. And I think it's a good thing that I have an inhaler, because I might be needing it. My chest, I'm wheezing again. So Still on the mend. My incisions have healed. There's only one that still has a scab on it. Been putting Mederma on the ones that are completely healed, as I have always on my scars from surgery. I think it helps. This is not a paid advertisement. I just think it helps. I've had several surgeries, so I've got experience with it. I think that's about it, guys. I think that you're all caught up. My next appointment is in 1 month. I will likely make a video prior to that. Maybe I'll make a video on or near Thanksgiving, maybe right after, and let you know how that went, was going, that kind of thing. Until then, I hope you guys can be good to each other, and I hope that I have helped somebody, and if so, please hit the like button and subscribe. Ding that bell so that you can see whenever I put up a video. It's not any set date. It's kind of sporadic. Sometimes it'll be a week, sometimes it'll be 2. I try not to make it go too long in between, but sometimes not a lot happens, so I don't want to, like, you know, shortchange you with a bunch of fluff videos that aren't really for anything. I only want to, like, let you guys know when something happens. So I'm healing well. Everything's going well. I'm down 13 pounds and headed in the right direction. So here's to the next time we talk. Blessed be.